You're listening to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Promoting people with passion all over the globe. Interviews every weekend. Album reactions every month. This is your host, Media Man Dan. Let's rock!
In the night glow, even when the bottle hides behind a promise. And nothing that will stop me, better if you're not here, if I'm being honest. The changing, a heartbeat that breaks the floodgates open. The demon that marks me knows how to pick a poison. All it took was a little push, now I'm shot like a pistol. Time and death, every hour seeing red. Don't go wasting a trigger. Boom, too far gone for a bullet. Half a man, twice the mess. Running with the walls again. Running with the walls again.
What's up, guys, and welcome to the Media Man Dan Podcast. Today I have one of the most epic people in the world, all the way from Minnesota, Caio of the band The Failsafe. This is the third time on the Media Man Dan Podcast, and they have a brand new single that you guys will absolutely love, which was the intro to this episode, and that is called Wolves. Go and check it out in the description right down below. I promise you will absolutely fall in love with it. It will be stuck in your head, and you'll never get it out. It will be the endless earworm. Either way, welcome, Caio. Happy to have you back on the podcast. How you doing today?
Doing great, man. Yeah, thanks for the dope introduction.
Every time, man.
Very flattering.
I'm always happy to
Dan?
give the hype to the best, and I know that I have to update my shirt, so I'm hoping that Wolves or Dying to Exist merchandise is going to be in my view more often. I'm going to be like, okay, I need that one. That's the one I need now, because I know you guys.
We just put some new stuff up on our merch site for pre-order, and we've got two T-shirts that are inspired by wolves on there. And then we've also got like a really cool new tie-dye hoodie with our logo on it. So
Whoa.
We're stoked with that. Yeah.
That's what I want, and I need a snapback or the regular hat with the new logo, definitely.
Yeah, we got those too. Yep.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Caio, how has it been? How was your summer? How is life, my friend?
Oh, it's been good. Yeah. It's we're about middle of September at the time of this recording, and it's still pretty hot in Minnesota. Like, it was up in like the high 80s yesterday. So
same here.
Hopefully it cools down a little bit. I usually like it more around the 70s.
Yep, same.
You know, that's not gonna last very long either.
No.
Before we know it, it'll be winter.
It'll be 48, and then you're like, oh my God, winter coat's ready.
Yeah, but the summer has been good. Yeah, we've been, as a band, working on getting our social media optimized and all that, you know, making sure we've got good content coming out on a regular schedule. And we played a short weekend run of shows back in mid-August, where we went down to Rockford, Illinois, and then we played in a couple shows in the UP, one at a bar in Escanaba, and then we played the UP State Fair. So that was pretty cool. Yeah.
Epic.
Good to see. Yeah, they love us out there in the UP, because that's where we filmed the video for our song Ghost of You. So yeah, everybody knows us out there, and it's always a blast to get out there and play.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah.
And that video is still obviously my favorite song from you guys, but that video is just so damn clear. I was watching the intro for round one of our conversations, and I was like, oh my gosh, that clarity. I don't know how you guys get it, but it's like 4K, man. You look like you're making a film.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, we just have to thank our video guy who did it for us. Yeah. So,
Epic.
yeah, and we also have a big tour coming up supporting Drowning Pool. We'll be on the road. Probably when this comes out, we'll be still on that tour. It goes from October 1st through the 19th. We've got dates all throughout the Southwest and Western United States. So you can go check out our website, wearethefailsafe.com. We've got all our tour dates listed there.
Perfect. And yeah, the 19th, so that'll be that week. I'll post the interview on 12th or the 13th of October. So that'll be perfect. It'll be right in the middle. First of all, I got to ask about this because you're talking about tours and everything like that. How was the Rockford show that I unfortunately had to miss because I'm working now at a hotel again?
Yeah, it was a great show. Yeah, like we've been playing Rockford like ever since we started as a band. So our second ever show we played was at that same venue we just played at last month, and that was 5 years ago. So that's
Damn.
probably the fifth or sixth time we've played in Rockford. We typically play there once a year or so. So the turnout gets better and better every time. So we're building up a following.
Awesome. And you guys were the headliner, right?
No, technically it was forget the band's name, who it was, but they there was a band that technically headlined after us.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Just
Like I
like,
think it was they called like Our Last Whisper or something.
oh, okay. I was like, man, if it was our last night, I was like, I was so excited. That'd been awesome.
Yeah, it would have been at a bigger venue if they were playing.
You'd be surprised. They
Yeah,
actually play the Forge, where I just saw Red last week, and I was
yeah. Well,
blown
the Forge
away
is
by that. But
that'd
yeah,
be a huge venue for us. Like,
really,
yeah,
the stage is
yeah,
so
oh
small, though. It's kind of like the place that you played over in April, like
oh really?
same
Huh.
size. Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay.
But it's awesome. I actually really like that venue now. I think they've cleaned it up a lot. It used to be, it would smell like smoke. You could tell that it was like run down. And I think what they did is they painted the walls extra black so you can't tell anything is old. Like it looks like a fresh new house, but all black.
There you go.
Yeah, it's epic. But yeah, I would love to see you guys in Rockford or wherever you're gonna play next. Especially if you're gonna be with Drowning Pool. As far as I know, the vocalist from there is from Illinois. He's actually with a band called Soil as well. I only know
Oh
that
yeah.
because I met this dude at the hotel I first worked at.
Oh
And
wow, that's cool. Yeah,
super cool
nice
dude.
little
Yeah.
small world.
I love it. I love it. It's what brings everything together, and music is absolutely amazing. Drowning Pool itself, I have never gone through their discography. I know their hits, but like I'm so out of the loop on them. But I'm so happy that you got under such a big name and that you're able to, get your name out there with this. Hopefully, a lot of people will fall in love with Wolves and, of course, Dying to Exist even more. And my favorite, Ghost of You, still. But I would say, like, for this tour, what are you looking forward to most? Is it the merch getting more like hype around it? Is it the other bands that are friends with Drowning Pool being like, hey, those guys kick ass, I'd like to have them on our tour?
Yeah. Well, I think for us, it's mainly just getting the opportunity to play um, areas that we've never played in before. Like we've never really been west of like Texas or Missouri. So yeah, this is going to be our first time playing out west as a band, and it's going to be a completely new area for us. And we've got fans out there that have been dying to see us live, and they're finally going to get their chance. So I'm excited to meet a lot of old friends that we haven't met in person, but also make some new fans and just kind of spread the good word.
Hell yeah, man. And you're expanding
Yeah.
your fan base because you're going to the west That's a lot of great music over there. I've been talking about SoCal and all kinds of artists that I've interviewed in that area. So I know that there's a lot of Californians that love the Midwest and love metalcore and
Yeah.
love metal in general. It's a perfect time to be over there and give them what they're expecting and more.
Yeah, we got 3 shows in California, so we're playing San Diego, Hollywood, and Bakersfield.
Oh my gosh. I know people
Yeah.
from everywhere except for Hollywood, of course. I'm not a big name yet. But
Well, you might know people in LA, but
yeah.
the broader city.
True,
Yeah.
true, true. But San Diego, that's awesome. Definitely have been there before, and I don't know how it is nowadays, but when I was a kid, I remembered having an amazing time at SeaWorld and going to the zoo over there. So, you guys have any plans outside of the tour, just seeing some tourist locations and visiting some
Yeah, well,
sites?
I think we have like a tentative plan to see the Grand Canyon in between our Phoenix and Vegas show. Because yeah, we're going straight from Phoenix to Vegas, and we have a day off in between. So I think some people want to do that, but also, um, I've never been to Vegas too. So, and we've got some friends there that kind of want to show us around. So hopefully, we'll have some time to do that too.
That'll be the best, man. The content is
Yeah.
just gonna make itself over there. I mean, you get a little couple drinks in there, bring your selfie stick into the casino, and just have a blast.
Yeah.
But I could say like Nevada has never been my choice because when my mom was involved in healthcare. She would do these trips to the hottest place on earth. It seems Arizona, and ever since I learned what it feels like to put my hand on a burning hot limousine, I now know that I don't want to live in hot territories.
Yeah.
That changes you. And Allison, she had her family moved down there for a couple of years when her grandfather was alive. They went down there for his work, and they were right outside of Vegas. But like, there's nothing for kids to do over there either. So I've always been like, maybe down the line, like right, I'm a millionaire. I got all things going for me. I can lose a little change here and there, have some fun, play some slots because we got slots around here as well. But I just want to know how
Yeah.
it feels to be in Vegas at least once, but definitely
Yeah.
not
It's like
anytime
a,
soon.
yeah, one of the biggest tourist spots for sure.
Yeah, I would see comedy shows there though, and like all of the entertainment is amazing. Like they say that like I think Reba and Brooks and Dunn, they're legends of country music, and they only played in Vegas for like I don't know, almost 10 years. Like they barely came out to any other state. So I mean, they had a big contract like Elvis did back in the day.
Yeah, it's smart. I mean, it's a nice gig not to have to travel. I know a lot of big artists. They'll play like they'll go to a city and play shows there for like a week straight. Like I think Garth Brooks does that. Um, so yeah, it's a way to make the traveling burden a lot easier.
Definitely,
Not
definitely.
like us. We're roughing it, you know, driving 8 hours in one day to play a show that night, and then wake up early and drive another 8 hours. It's yeah, it gets tiring.
Well, you're a younger band. I mean, as guys grow, you get more
I mean, you say
private
that, but I
jets.
mean, Chad, our drummer, he's 40, and I guess he's going to be 40 this year. So
That's true. That's
we're getting,
true.
we're getting up there. Yeah.
It is getting up to that age of retirement in hockey, indeed. But yeah, I still think that you guys have a fresh feeling to it. And with Ghost Killer being on your back now, how does it feel to know that you have a label behind you making music that is just unbelievably catchy and overall fan worthy? Like everyone should be a fan of you by now. It's impossible to listen to your music and be
Yeah.
like, oh, that's boring. Like it's not. It's really good music.
Yeah, I mean, it's been great having Ghost Killer behind us now. Zach, the owner, he's a great guy to work with. He knows a lot about the industry and gives good advice on how we can best market ourselves and spend our money effectively. So yeah, it's been great to have them and the increased reach. Like uh like I think we our Spotify listeners have increased by probably like 5 times as much since we put out Dying to Exist now, and it's been stable at that. So it's been, yeah, hopefully it goes up even more with Wolves. So
Yeah, chart
yeah,
toppers. I need that. And if you guys can get some local radio play too, or some overall radio play, that'd be amazing. Like I know K Rock over in SoCal, and then there's another place, the Sound 228. Like I think that would be
yeah,
a spot for you guys to fit in and keep moving up the charts. Because I just saw Kingdom Collapse, who opened for Red, and like they were running the top five of the chart for like a whole month or so, and I'm like, the Failsafe Weekend Picnic, where are you guys? Like, come on. You gotta be up
yeah,
there.
yeah. We're trying. We're sending out a bunch of emails to radios, radio stations, and asking them, if they'll consider playing our song. And it's you just gotta like keep doing that and try to spread the word, and hopefully you get people that don't put your email in the trash can, and you catch some eyes. But it's a grind.
That is so true. And speaking of, I should say this is a new thing for me. I now have business cards. They're not professional yet. We're working on it. But I got my first time ever giving these out at shows. It's very impossible
Oh
to
hell
see
yeah,
because the lights on,
nice.
but right there.
That'll help you get some podcast people for sure. Nice.
Exactly. So I'm giving it out to these bands that I'm going to see, much like I would have for you guys if you already didn't know me. And I would have been like, hey, I love your sound. Do
Yeah,
this. Join me.
I got some swag. I get to show off. So we have our own custom guitar picks now.
Oh, yes.
So, and we are actually endorsed by this company. It's called Clayton Custom. So we probably endorse Clayton Custom. And so if you need any custom guitar picks made, they've got top quality stuff. Go over to their website, and yeah,
Sweet.
good stuff.
I'll throw the website up right there. Dan, do it for the editing. You know what to do. But
Yeah,
that's awesome, man. I'm glad that you guys have somebody that's backing you, and I love the custom guitar picks. I love the custom design. Everything is going to be more epic, and it feels
yeah.
like it's a new you. I would show you the new me, but I'll do that after the interview. I have a new intro and a lot of bonus information that's coming out. It's going to be amazing, dude. I can't wait to spread it. It's all going to come out on my birthday, October 10th. So right when you guys are in the middle of your tour, you'll be like, holy shit, Dan just blew up out of nowhere. Now he's got like 30 people following him that weren't following him yesterday. What the hell is this about?
Yeah, the fall. Yeah, I gotta get the birthday followers.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll tell you later. Either way, so this tour, that's a big part of what's going on next month. But the biggest thing is this new single. And let's talk about Wolves. How long has Wolves been in the creation process?
Yeah, so we wrote and recorded Wolves with a producer named Andrew Bayless, and that was also done at the same time as our other song "Dying to Exist," which we put out back in May. And it's been actually almost exactly a year now since we were out working on those songs. So Bayless is based in Nashville, so we basically flew out there for a week, and got 3 songs done with him. We brought in some demos and ideas, and he worked his producer magic on them, and we came up with 3 awesome songs that stand above pretty much anything else we've ever done. And so, yeah, the first of those was "Dying to Exist," which is out already, and then "Wolves" is the second one, and then the third one you can find the name of if you go and sign up on our Patreon. It's on there. So
Nice
a little
plug.
Patreon plug.
Yep.
Yeah, but that song, the third song, will probably come out sometime next year. Um,
And it's a great song. One of the best songs.
Everybody's
I saw that post you did.
talking about
I
it.
saw that post you did. I showed it to my friend. It wasn't even just the post itself, and I'll put the post up so you guys can see it. I got to figure out if there's an AI Trump bot that would actually read it. That would be so funny to me. But it was your
No,
comment in
yeah,
response to that, where Failsafe
yeah,
was
that
like,
was,
"Were you trying to sound like Trump?"
yeah. No, that was a total AI thing I did. I just typed in Chat GPT, write a social media post about the rock band, the Failsafe, on tour with Drowning Pool in the voice of Donald Trump. And that's almost, and I changed a little bit in there, but like it was almost exactly what it put out. And then the response to the person was like, "Why do you sound like Trump?" And then I typed in, "Write a response to someone accusing you of sounding like Trump in the voice of Trump."
And it was spot on, dude. It's crazy. This AI is crazy. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard the first time I saw it. I was like, I don't know if I should screenshot this because this might be just marketing, but oh, this is genius. Like, if you're gonna continue doing this, you gotta keep going
Yeah.
by big names. Just be like in the
Yeah,
words of Taylor
I might do
Swift.
Biden next
Oh,
maybe.
there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuttering to get to the word, and then you say
Yeah.
64 things off topic, and then
They'll
come
be
back
like,
on.
Anybody that says the Failsafe isn't the best band is just malarkey."
Mueller.
Yeah.
You should get the face filters for all these guys too, and
Yeah.
that'd be funny as hell, man. Oh god, I love your marketing. Seriously, one of my favorite things that you guys do is that you go into the comment sections and you find all of the greatest comments, and then you just call them out.
Music is shit, but you're beautiful. Thank you for the update, Romeo. Now walk me through what happens next. She gonna see your comment, slide into your DMs, and ask you out to an ice cream social, and you two will do the jitterbug all night? Maybe you should spend less time sipping and hating, and more time pimping and congratulating.
And like I've seen it with Ronnie Radke, of course. He's more famous for doing as many troll things as he does angry things. And when you guys do it, it just seems it's not like in poor taste. It's just like, look how stupid you are for saying something so stupid.
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. Another big thing we've done this summer is we opened for Pierce the Veil, actually.
Yeah, there we go.
Easily the biggest show we've ever played. This is back in July, so it was almost 2 months ago now. But yeah, it was in Fargo, North Dakota, at a festival field, and it was packed. It was like over 2,500 people in there. Just like, yeah, huge crowd for us, and like we were pretty well received. Like we made a lot of new fans that day, and we're super fortunate to have gotten to open up for Pierce the Veil and meet those guys. They're totally nice guys too. Like, yeah, people think of like rock stars, maybe they're like jerks or something. Not these guys. These guys are the real deal for sure.
And their vocalist is unbelievable.
Oh yeah,
Like,
yeah, Vic.
He's like one of the greatest high vocals you could hear in post-hardcore music. Like, unbelievable. That one album, I'll never forget. My friend told me about the band, and I was like going through their discography. I'm like 2 albums in. I'm like, they're good. I mean, they're not like the best thing. I got to the third album or fourth album, whatever it is, and I was like, holy shit, dude. Like, huge increase in talent. It felt like the Toxic Hearts experience with you guys. Like, coming from first album to Toxic Hearts, it's a huge difference. And what you guys got with these new songs, I'm excited to see all of those blow up. And, if that's the path that you guys are going to go on, then I can see nothing but success in your future.
But yeah, to go back to talking about the hater videos we made. So somebody commented saying that we were like a shit band or something, and then I think Devin responded saying like, "Oh yeah, that's why we're playing in front of like 2,000 people." And he's like, "What are you talking about? There's no way you guys would ever play in front of that many people." And then he made a video being like, "This guy says we're making up this show," and then he like shows like the whole crowd behind him like as we're playing this show.
The Failsafe, where are you playing? Because the funniest part about all of this is it looks like you made up a concert because a troll hurt your fragile feelings. Your website says your terrible band hasn't had a show since May. Hold, please. Since this Craven guy says I make up shows,
I absolutely love it. Love it.
Yeah, it was a good one.
And all you haters, continue, please. You're making more content for them as you comment.
Yeah.
Never stop. Never stop commenting. But yeah, I bet you guys love the positive comments too. Do you plan on having some like gratitude posts in the future with like fans that have been like, you know, diehard fans from the beginning? Like, you know, I just want to shout out this person for giving us all this, and you know, hopefully bring them and their friends and family along with them.
Yeah. So we definitely like have tons of appreciation for fans. Like it's tough to call out like everybody by name just because there's so many. But like we do all make sure to shout out our VIP patrons on our Patreon for sure because they're the biggest financial supporters. They get credited in the description of our music videos and stuff, and they get a bunch of like behind the scenes exclusive stuff. You know, that's because they're the VIPs. You know,
100%.
so. But yeah, like for sure, we're super grateful to everyone that's supported us and listens to our music, comes out to the show, buys merch like it. We couldn't do it without any of these people, so we really appreciate it.
Yes. And also for all you guys that are not subscribed to the Patreon that want to have that kind of shout out, please go and subscribe. It is absolutely worth it. Like he was just saying, you get bonus content. I had to unsubscribe for a little bit because there's this thing called a car that I own, and for some reason my car this year just loves having problems. I don't know if it's just possessed or if it's coming to the end of life, which would not make sense in only 10 years, but I don't know if I'm running it to the ground. I'm definitely burning it to the ground if you get where I'm coming there. But there's something about this car that makes me lose all of the things that I want to support at every moment of the day. But I love it still. I love this car. It's the best car. One of the best. The only car. The only one I would ever want to drive.
Tremendous car.
A tremendous car. People are saying it is the best car. Have you seen Shane Gillis playing Trump? I gotta ask that question.
No, I don't think so.
No, I might just play.
He's like an impressions guy, right?
Yeah, he's a comedian overall, but his impression of Trump is absolute fire. There's a clip of you can find the whole show, of course, but you can find clips of him playing Trump and Adam Ray playing Biden, and them like judging other comedians in those. I just lost the word. Impressions. Thank you. And so they're full on committed to the impression for a whole 2.5 hours. And the things they say, unbelievable. Like I was crying laughing. It was a great show overall. Kill Tony is what the show is called, by the way. Stand-up comedian podcast. Not sponsored.
Nice. I'll have to check it out. It sounds funny.
Definitely. But so back to the way that Wolves came from, like this 3 songs. They all came from this one writing process or this one creative process, and that was just a year ago. You guys worked with a new team, and you just had this whole new plan in place. And Jesse was talking about, like, you know, the original Ghost of You, the original of all these songs. Like you heard the original, or they heard the original, and scrapped it almost instantly and changed everything, and it worked out for the better. And
well, Ghost of You, I think was. That's not quite how I would describe that song.
No.
So that song was actually like a completely finished song that we brought in. We worked with Sahaj T. Cotton on that song, known as the lead singer and guitarist of Ra. Really great producer as well. But basically, we brought in a song that we had completely like done. Like I think we even had it like fully mixed and everything. And then he was like, "There's some good stuff here. There's some bad stuff here." And so, like, basically, that was just, like, a lesson for us in, you know, making a song leaner. Because especially, like, me as a guitar player, I tend to want to write stuff to impress other guitar players. Like, it's kind of like a tendency that a lot of guitar players have. It's like, oh, I got to make this super technical riff so that people will be like, oh, that's such a cool riff and stuff. But that's... a lot of the time, it's not the right thing for the song. And I remember I had a riff in Ghost of You, I think it's the main riff, and Sahaj was like, this would be a good riff if you just, like, deleted every other note in it.
He
So
didn't
that's
want to have
basically what I
it.
did. And he's like, yeah, that's like, this is what the song needs. So, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It is a pretty open sound. I could say it's not like it's not. But you got to shred on some songs and absolutely kicked ass on it. Like I mean, I was listening to "Us Against the World," the one I'm literally wearing right now, and
Yeah.
you got that guitar solo, and I mean, it's epic, dude. I mean, even though the song is obviously generic and made to be a wrestling intro, it's still kick ass. When you get to your part, it's like, oh my god, this is epic.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta kind of figure out just what the right thing is for every song, I think. And like our goal as a band now is to make songs that are, accessible and are gonna hook people in and listen to more of our stuff, So we're trying to make the most accessible music, I think, right now. And I think we did a good job of that with our three newest songs. So
Yeah, Dying to Exist is an absolute banger and super great for the population of modern rock listeners. And then this new song, Wolves, is going to probably blow up pretty quickly because Dying to Exist was so successful that there's going to be a lot of people looking for that new notification that hit the follow button. And as soon as that comes up, they'll be like, oh shit, it's out. And then they just stream it for the rest
yeah,
of their life.
that's the plan.
And that's the best. I mean, it's really
Yeah.
easy to go through your discography. It's easy to go through Toxic Hearts. It's easy to go through the two newest songs. I mean, you did Star Walkin', which was a absolute shot in the dark, and I still think it's an awesome cover. And a lot of people probably don't even know it exists, but it's pretty freaking awesome. And then you go right into Dying to Exist, and you're like, yes, awesome. This is just exactly what I need, and it just complements. Each song complements the other from 2023 to now.
Thanks, man. Yeah,
Yeah, no worries at all.
appreciate it. Yeah.
So we were talking about this beforehand. Caio has an amazing new sleeve tattoo that he's been working on. Now that you're in a little bit more clear space, we can actually see what you were talking about. And he's got multiple designs, and I want to know the history of your tattoos because I'm not a tattoo guy, but if I ever was a tattoo guy, I would have way too much to say about my own tattoo. So I have no doubt in my mind that you're like, this is just because I was drunk one night.
Yeah,
Totally doubt.
no, yeah. So I've been getting tattooed for probably a little over 5 years now, I think. My first tattoo I ever got was this yin yang here, and it like my whole right arm has been like reworked to look like one giant sleeve basically, but it didn't always really look this way. And like the this yin yang here, and then there's like a little bit of like tribal stuff on the around it. That was the first one I ever got, and I got that basically kind of on a dare from my girlfriend at the time, basically, or like well, it wasn't really a dare, but she was like telling me that she's gonna get a tattoo, and she's like, "Ha, I'm gonna get a tattoo before you," and I was like, "No, you're not." And so I like went down to like a local tattoo shop, and then I like I'd actually like this tattoo. I literally just like printed it off of a Google image search. It's so bad. I just like printed it off and like took it to the guy who worked at the shop. I'm like, "Can you do this?" He's like, "Yep." It's like, "Can you come in tomorrow?" And I'm like, "Yep." So I just went in and had it done. So yeah, that's the only one. I mean, I wouldn't say I regret getting that tattoo, but obviously my mindset as to like what I want as far as art has changed a lot since that tattoo. And all of my other tattoos that I've had since have been done with the same artist. Like he's the guy who did my second ever tattoo, and I've been sticking with him ever since just because he's so good. And so my second one I got was I can get it on here. It's this wolf. You can kind of see a wolf head here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So shout out to wolves.
There we go.
Definitely
Smart
I
marketing.
was not inspired by the tattoo, but it's kind of an interesting coincidence.
That'll be the marketing for it. Now you're gonna be the new single just dropped. You just like zoom
Yeah.
into your tattoo. It's called Wolves.
Yeah, new sing- Yeah, we should use that for the cover artwork. Picture of the tattoo.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I had an owl done here on the back of my tricep.
Did that hurt? Because that's like a real sensitive area.
Oh, that was a pretty easy tattoo actually.
Oh, okay.
For me, the worst is my inner wrist. This is it hurts so bad. Like, and I use lidocaine cream, so it's like a numbing cream you can put on your skin to kind of take the pain away, and that literally does nothing for this part of my wrist. So I just have to like endure the worst pain, and there's no like helping it at all for that. So
Ouchie.
yeah,
For all you
yeah,
people that have thought that emo culture was a good idea and that you know, obviously we know the stereotype, just don't do it. Just don't even attempt it. Just don't hurt yourself in any way, and especially in that area, because there is no like a relief to that area of the body, and same with like I think the back of your ankle. You ever hit your back of your ankle on something underneath your desk and you're like, oh fuck. It's like a nervous system in itself. It just like spasms and like, ow. Feels like you get an electric shock. It's crazy.
yeah. Don't do it, folks.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But
Yeah,
you would say that the sleeve overall, or now looks like a sleeve, you're proud of what you've
yeah, yeah. It
accomplished.
kind of changed. Like my first three tattoos were more like traditional big line tribal stuff,
Hmm.
and then when I got my forearm done, it's actually like a kind of modified Japanese style, with like big black areas with like really cool like small negative space. You can see. Let's see if I can get the dragon's head in there. There's his eye right there and his nose, and he's eating his own tail. So
He's
yeah,
hungry.
but yeah, basically once I had this tattoo done, and then it goes all the way into my inner arm too.
Hmm.
Like I wanted it. There was a lot of like you could tell like my upper arm looked different from my lower arm, because there was like more negative space up here. And so I had my artist go and fill in like additional lines here. You can see it's like a little bit of a darker pigment there.
Yeah.
So now it like looks like a lot more of a cohesive sleeve, which I like. Um, and then I also have like a chest piece here too.
So it connects the whole arm together.
Yeah.
You're going
Yep.
for the Rock,
Yeah.
the Dwayne Johnson,
Yeah.
you can smell what the Rock's cooking.
Right.
But that's awesome, man. I mean, like I said, if I ever were to get tattoos, I would probably have like a reason. Like my favorite animal is a white tiger. I would get a white tiger with a blue fire background. That's an insanely painful tattoo because obviously that's a lot of ink, and that's a lot of color. That's a lot of everything. But I would just be like so cool. I'd be like, yeah. But I told my fiance, I said, before I do anything, I got to get these muscles up a little bit more. Like they just got to become this superhero looking
It
thing.
more well, I don't know, man. If you get it done when your arms are smaller, it'll be cheaper. So
That's true. But then it like
yeah, the
wouldn't it
more
spread out more? whatever
it
whatever I
would,
get.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. But still,
It would be cheaper. That's true. It wouldn't take up
it
so
would
much
be
space.
yeah,
They probably go by centimeter, I'm guessing. They charge you like, oh, that's going to be
it's
$5
by
million.
the hour. Yeah,
Oh,
they
by the
charge
hour?
by the hour.
Nice,
Yep.
nice. I got a friend, he does tattoos. He actually just moved to Chicago. So if I ever need a guy, I'm like, hell yeah, I know somebody who can do it. But I know that my mom would be so against it. We lived in the, Christian traditional, this is your body, and your body is made by God, and you can never taint that, and it's all of that guilt trip stuff. But at the same time, there are a lot of Christian dudes that wear absolutely epic tattoos that
Oh yeah,
do not
yeah.
care.
No, I don't think Jesus gives a shit.
No, I don't think so either. But yeah, so besides the new tattoo, what else is new in your life, man? What's going on?
Just yeah, we're just really busy trying to get everything in order, get all our ducks in a row for the tour coming up. For the single, we're filming a bunch of videos and reels and stuff for promoting the song when it comes out. I got a new one I got to do. Like I've been doing a kind of my own little mini series on our social media where I do like top 5 songs or 5 levels of songs.
Yep, the Chad.
So like I've done like 5 levels of Chad music, 5 levels of nerd music, 5 levels of emo, and I got another one called 5 levels of werewolf songs, um, because of our song Wolves.
I love it.
And I think, and I have a cool werewolf mask that I'm going to wear in it. And hopefully I can still play guitar because I don't even think I'm going to be able to see my guitar when I'm wearing the mask. Like, I don't know how those guys in Slipknot, like,
Yeah, I have
it's
no
like,
idea.
How do you see what you're doing? You have like these tiny little eye slits, like.
It's got to be super technical stuff. I mean, Corey Taylor already is one of those perfectionist people, so he probably wouldn't let them not be perfect. So they probably were perfect from the beginning. That's how they can do anything. They can do it with their eyes
Yeah,
closed.
they don't even need to look at their hands when they're playing. They're just that good.
Yeah. What was I going to say before? You were talking about the Wolves as the new promotion, the werewolf songs. I like that. Do you know the band Werewolves from Florida? It's a different spelling. It's We Are Wolves, but it's WE apostrophe
Oh.
RE.
I've not
Never heard of them?
that.
Okay,
No.
if you guys ever can, have you already toured in Florida before?
We have not played in Florida, no.
Not played Florida yet. So you will later down the line, hopefully. And if you ever wanted to have a band that you could co-headline with, I think that would be a great one. They're really cool dudes. They did a lot of covers, but they've also made a lot of just really fun metal. Like they kick ass. And my friend is good friends with, I think, their vocalist. So if you ever need an in, I hope I can get them. But I really wanted them on the podcast because these guys have been kicking ass. I told my friend a long time ago, I'm like, I'll binge all their music. And I did. And then I never gave them any heads up, like, hey, I love it. Just like, I heard the music. What do you think? Oh, it was good. And you know me, I'm not somebody who's simple and to that point. I always like have an explanation of like, I like this and this and this. But I couldn't really say much because I was binging so much music during the pandemic. And I was like, oh, next band. But they're cool.
I'll
They're
go
really cool.
with, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, we'll have to check those guys out. Yeah.
Definitely.
We ever like, yeah, we probably the biggest area we haven't really played is the East Coast. Like we played out east a lot, but we've never really played in the Northeast.
Mhm.
I think the furthest east we've been is South Carolina.
Oh.
Yeah. And yeah, we haven't played Florida yet either. So
Florida
yeah,
and New York, definitely on your list.
we definitely want to get out that way next year if possible.
Epic. And yeah, I really
Yep.
hope that the drowning pool thing is gonna work out well, so that another band will pick you up and be like, "Hey, we're going on an East Coast tour. Come with us."
Yeah, that's the dream. Yeah.
Now, what is your personal choice if you could pick a band that's coming out right now that is just blowing up? Who do you think you would want to tour with?
Oh, I mean, it could be any band or just,
Yeah, any band.
well, I mean, my favorite band is Bring Me the Horizon, so they would be like if I could tour with any band, those guys would be a no-brainer. I mean, we could also like Linkin Park, they're coming back out.
Yep,
We could get on their tour, that would also be super sick. Like,
it would be. It would be.
I don't know, but yeah, that's all pie in the sky kind of dream stuff. Yeah, who are some like small like? Have you heard of the band If Not For Me?
I have not.
Yeah, check them out. They're definitely a bigger band than us, but they're a newer band, and I think they got some really good stuff.
Have you heard the band Sleep Theory?
I've heard of them. I don't know. I don't think I know their songs though.
I accidentally came across them because I was looking for Sleep Token because everyone was like, Dan, you guys check out Sleep Token. Sleep Token is the best thing in the world. I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, whatever. And I ended up on like a sleep playlist or whatever it was, and Sleep Theory came on. Spotify started recommending them, and I
Have you
listened
heard
to
of
2
sleep?
songs.
Have you heard of Sleep Signals?
Sleep Signals? No, I have not.
They just broke up actually, but they were a band that was good friends of ours. They're also originally from Minnesota.
They broke up?
Um, but their singer started a new band called Eyes Like Midnight, and they're also good. You should check them out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll get them on. That's what
yeah,
I'm talking about, man. You're helping me out
yeah,
big time there. I didn't know they broke up
yeah.
though.
And
That's sad.
as far as like bands that like I know personally that we've like played with, I'd say my favorite is they're called Take the Name.
Take the Name. All
Yeah, they're
right.
based out of Pennsylvania. I would, yeah, highly recommend those guys. They do. They're very similar to us genre wise, and they just have great songs. So, yep.
Awesome. Yeah, Take the Name. If you guys wanted to tour with the Failsafe, open for Bring Me the Horizon, co-headlining with Linkin Park. Make Caio and the band's dream come true. Everyone that's
Yeah.
watching right now, if you have connections, go and reach out to them. Emily Armstrong, whether you love her or hate her, is going to bring back the band that you know and love as one of the greatest bands of all time. So it's time for you to support and get these guys on the set list. Make sure that they play at least 30 minutes on stage with Linkin Park. That's the goal for this entire podcast. There's no question. It's all that I'll ever ask from you, and for Bring Me the Horizon, of course, too. Because I mean, who doesn't love them? I think that they've been the most interesting band I've listened to in the last 10 years because they've changed our sound at least 3 times, and like I don't know what they're gonna do next. I think that they're just gonna keep going down the pop rock slash metal core slash death core slash bring baby metal in. It's like I am like, what are you not able to do? Like this is insane. Ollie Sykes,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, they've changed up their sound so much, and they always do a good job with whatever style they're trying to do. So, like, I can go back and listen to all their old albums, and like I like all of them, even the first one, which like a lot of people hate on, but because it's definitely like not the best produced album,
No,
but it's got some cool riffs in there. Yeah, if you like deathcore.
that's true.
So
That's true. Guitar
yeah,
wise, it's a really good album. Vocally, I would not
yeah,
expect anybody to want to listen to it for long. Besides hardcore deathcore fans. But yeah, no, I think that's a great choice for those 2 bands to be like a way to propel you to the top. Of course, like you said, Pie in the Sky, Dream. But I still think that dreams can come true. I think that you guys have certainly blown up in the time that you originally started your music to now. I think that you should be very proud of what you've created and accomplished, and the fans definitely are in line with you. They're leaving comments, which is huge. Algorithm always reads that, so thank you guys that do comment. I need to comment more. You're making me feel bad, but I need to do it because I want to be helping them with the algorithm as well. Ghost Killer helping you guys out as well, promoting you, giving you all the shout outs, and probably tagging you in posts. That's amazing as well. I love it.
yeah, man. Super happy to have all the help we've had so far and all the support. Really appreciate it.
Absolutely. So for the final part here, it is now spooky season. We have entered into the fall time, even though both you and I know that the weather is not normal at all. And this will come out in October when it'll probably be freezing cold outside all of a sudden. But for spooky season, what is one of your favorite horror movies to watch during Halloween?
Well, I do. I have a soft spot for the original Halloween,
Hmm.
although that's not that scary of a movie, really.
No, it's not. It's fun though.
So here's kind of like a dark horse pick. This is one of my favorite kind of campy '80s slasher movies too, and it's pretty not very well known. It's called The Burning.
Oh yeah, that is a slasher that I was supposed to
Yeah,
get through. Isn't that with
yeah.
his
I don't know.
hedge trimmers?
Yeah, yeah. So it's about a guy who he was like it's such a rip off of Friday the 13th, but even though I think it might have actually came out before Friday the 13th, so maybe Friday the 13th ripped off The Burning. But
Ooh,
anyway,
conspiracy.
there's a guy. He works as like a landscaper at a or like a I think he's like the caretaker of a summer camp, and like all the kids hate him, and they pull a prank on him by lighting his cabin on fire, and he gets horrifically burned, and but he survives and wants to get revenge on the kids, and he does this by killing them with a giant pair of garden shears.
And it's over the top, right? This is gore, but it's exactly what you would expect. The cheesy, it's not actually horrifying in any way. It's low budget.
It's minor, well, major spoilers here, but I mean, who cares? It's a freaking 45-year-old movie. There's a scene where these kids are like, they're in their canoe and they're just like going out in the middle of the lake, and there's an empty canoe just sitting there. They're like, oh, what's this empty canoe? And they're just paddling out to it, and then the dude just jumps out of the canoe and just wrecks all of these kids with his garden shears.
That's 80s horror, man. That is either you get the most terrifying, realistic stuff or ridiculously insane.
Yeah, I do think the practical effects have aged pretty well in it, though, I will say. So, yeah, if you're looking for some secret, well, not secret, but just not very well-known, old, kind of so bad it's good type movie, check out The Burning.
Now that you said garden shears being the main choice, have you ever seen the Scream show?
The Scream?
TV show based on Scream.
Oh, no, I haven't. No.
So in season 2, the final episode, before they change everything up because they realized that the Weinsteins are not good people, they decided that they wanted to do a complete bait and switch. So they had like the end of the episode, the previous episode before that is like the reveal of who was the killer all along. Blah, 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 blah. The next episode is them going to an island where these people are getting murdered by somebody with garden shears. So it's like complete, like, why? Just why? You could literally stop right at the big reveal in the previous episode and be like, that's it, that's the end of Scream, that's where it ended. But yeah, no, it's an insane thing. Much like that, it's just over the top always. I just saw the Evil Dead trilogy. Allison and I just finished that. We're trying to get through as many horror movies as we can all year, this year, next year, trying to catch up on all the genres of thriller, horror, suspense, supernatural. The thing is, I don't like gore, so I figured that Evil Dead would be a good like opening thing for it, and I was right for the first movie. The second movie, though, and the third movie are so funny and so over the top that it's like, I can't. The first movie, though, gore aspect, practical effects like you were talking about, great stuff. The plot, stupid as all hell. Characters, so dumb. Every single stereotype that they've made fun of in all of the future movies with, we should go and hide behind the chainsaws, that one, insurance commercial. Like, it's so stupid. And that's what every character does. So, like, there's one specific scene. You've seen Evil Dead, right? The original?
I've seen the first one, yeah. I haven't seen the sequels, but I know that he, like, gets his hand cut off and he replaces it with a chainsaw.
That's the second one. That's the overtop stuff. But the first one, this woman, she's being terrorized by noises in the night. What is the number one thing that we all say? You're in a group of friends, you're staying in the same place, you hear noises at night. I should probably stay with that group of people. She goes outside and investigates where the noise is coming from. Why? Why are people so stupid in horror movies? And so, of course, it's one of the most grotesque scenes. I can't even explain it without getting completely DMCAA. Literally, you break every single law if you talk about this scene because it's been banned in most countries. But she gets assaulted by a tree. And it's insane that because she decided to go outside, that's what happened. So the other character, who's also a very stupid character, happens to be the other woman that was in this cabin, decides that she needs to go to bed. These people have been possessed. There's now a demon that is literally living underneath the floorboards in this little cellar, and like they could see its face. It's mocking them. It's taunting them. It's giving all of these horrible vibes of evil. And she's like, I'm too tired. I'm going to sleep. What the fuck do you mean you're going to sleep? Who's sleeping after seeing your friend get possessed and become a demon living in the cellar? Like, that is insane shit to me. So, my whole thing, as my fiance and I were watching, I was like, why would they do that? Who's thinking of the, like, who greenlit this as the plot? This is so stupid. So, yeah, I'm hoping the more movies are like that, just so I can critically break them down and ignore the super terrifying stuff.
Yeah, I mean the 80s and even like more modern stuff is just full of the like just so bad it's good kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stuff like that in horror.
True.
As far as like actual scary movies, last year I watched this movie called Talk to Me.
Yep, not gonna watch it. Oh my god,
Yeah.
so many people told me not to watch that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's actually not that gory.
No, it's
but
just
it
scary.
is terrifying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Super scary movie. Like, yeah. Yeah.
And as soon as you said it, you probably had all of those images come back to you that fucking freaked you out, and that's the way that they do these. It keeps with you forever. That's a good horror movie, by the way. If you don't know,
Yeah.
that's the impact that it was supposed to have. However, I do have a conspiracy. Was this a true thing that back in time, horror as a genre and the movies that came out were like approved by the church as like fear propaganda or fear mongering, so that kids don't have sex before marriage and that you don't do immoral behavior.
That's why they always get killed when they're having sex.
Right? Yeah. Exactly. Okay. I mean, Friday the 13th is one of the most famous don't have sex movies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, The Burning is like that too.
Oh, seriously? Yeah, so it's become a trope. But I mean,
so was Halloween.
Like, as far as I know, it wasn't always satanic. I think it was like proposed to be satanic of being the wrongdoers, and so that you get your comeuppance.
I don't think the church really had anything to do with it.
You don't think so?
No.
So they just proclaimed Christian messages without knowing it.
Well, I mean, because like all the churches fund like those blatant like direct to streaming like full on like Christian movies and stuff. Like, have you heard of PureFlix?
Yes, PureFlix is the most famous and expensive business that Christians have ever created.
Yeah. So that's where all the actual Christian church funded movies are going. They're going on PureFlix.
And then I
don't think they put any horror movies on there.
No, they put Armageddon, they put Doomsday kind of stuff, the conspiracies of like the New World Order and things. Like, they have to have some kind of fear because they know that each genre of movie can become a Christian version. The issue is that they get big name actors that I enjoy. Like, I liked the guy for God's Not Dead, so I went and saw God's Not Dead. They convinced me that was a good movie until I saw a bunch of critics breaking it down, and I was finally able to relieve myself of my religious history and say, okay, let's look at this as a movie. And I'm like, yeah, this doesn't make sense. There's many plot points that do not make sense. I like the message. Obviously, I'm a Christian guy, so I'm like, okay, yeah, I think God is not dead. That makes complete sense. But the whole movie in itself, it's too soap opera like. It's too over the top. It's not real, and that's my biggest issue with it. Is like, if you want to make a realistic, like the series The Chosen has been so successful because it's like a realistic modern interpretation of biblical scripture. I'm like, that makes sense. But PureFlix doesn't do that. They're like, what if moms didn't do what moms are supposed to do? Mom's night out. They're all Christians, but they're staying out late. They're not with their kids. They're not with their... It's like so dumb, dude. I swear. I watched that movie. I was like, this is the worst. This is the worst.
Oh, man.
Have you seen that one?
Like, who knows what's going to happen when mom has that third drink at Applebee's, after 11 p.m. Like, oh, man. It's be a wild night.
They have to clean up everything. Like, they have to pretend that reality never existed and that there's no crudeness in the world. So it's wild, though, because, like, you'll find almost every single Christian movie. I looked through, like, the history of film in the last 10 years. Every single one of them is designed and like strategically made to come out during another movie that is like the counterpart of it. So like 50 Shades of Grey, there was a movie called Old Fashioned. I liked Old Fashioned. I did not like 50 Shades of Grey, but They like pre-planned it, like, oh, we're gonna have this really wholesome Christian thing because we don't want to have that sexual BDSM bullshit. Like,
I figured they would have made it 50 Shades of Gay, and it was about like gay conversion therapy or something.
no, that's just a parody writing itself. Like when they did 50 Shades of Black, they should have done 50 Shades of Gay. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic. Oh gosh, yeah, that is the truth though. I mean, like they always try to find that way of like taking something that's supposed to be big and then they put their like spin on it. Like, oh, this is gonna be a perfect competitor. The Christians are gonna love this, and it's like, make good movies, and then people will want to see your movies. Don't do that. It's not good strategy, in my opinion. But some people do like alternatives. They're like, I don't want to be part of that evil culture that listens to the Failsafe and says mean curse words. It's crazy. Like,
Hey, we don't have any. There's no curse words in Wolves, so it's a completely Christian-friendly song. Yeah. If you like Monster by Skillet, you'll probably like Wolves.
there you go. Love it. That's a
So-
perfect.
So all you Christians that are on the fence, don't be afraid. You know.
Also,
You're
Dying to
not.
Exist is great.
Yeah.
Still. And Ghost of You sounds uplifting. And Ghosts, that's religious. They
Yeah,
have
it's
to
Ghost.
exist. Yeah. But I love this, man. This is a great conversation. I knew that we were going to have fun. I knew that we were going to have a good time overall. Is there anything that you would like to ask me or tell your fans before we leave for another amazing chat? This Failsafe Part 3.
I think we covered everything, man. Just thanks to you for having this awesome show, and thanks to all the fans, all the supporters, everybody on our crew, on our team. That's just helping us get through and grow the band. So, just glad that we're still able to do this.
Hell yeah, man. And I appreciate all of you guys that are watching, listening, whatever you're doing to support these guys, to support the show in any way. You are appreciated. I really hope that you enjoy the new intro that he's about to see right after we finish this chat. And then I hope that you enjoy the brand new song. Once again, go and check out Wolves in the description right down below, along with all the links to the Failsafe. Every single member's Instagram will be there as well. I don't know if you guys want to do Facebook because I know it's more personal. So I'll just do Instagrams there. And, give them all the love because they deserve it. These are really awesome, laid-back dudes. As you could tell, Caio over here sounds like he is just relaxed. He's a relaxed guy, and that's what you need. You need a relaxed guy that also could pick up the guitar and shred it until your fucking face melts. That is the way rock music is supposed to work. Thanks again for watching, guys. I hope all of you have a wonderful evening and stay safe out there. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to the Media Man Dan podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, feel free to like and subscribe. Thanks for listening, have an awesome day, and stay safe out there.